Hey everyone, Brian from IGN here alongside Sean Finnegan. How's it going, Sean?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing well. We are all playing a bunch of Halo 5 multiplayer in the office, but you're probably playing the most. You're the shooter guy.
I would venture that, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, so one thing that's come up in the community on Halo Waypoint and on the subreddit and just in general chatter on IGN is that Halo 5 might have a map variety problem, and you've played the most, so I'm going to come to you and say, do you agree with that?
Yeah,
there is a problem.
It's tough to say. There's definitely a perception that there's a problem, and I think it's because in multiplayer there does seem to be some sort of weighting mechanism where a couple of maps in the rotation pop up more so than others. In SWAT and Slayer, the two playlists I play the most, you have 8 and 9 maps respectively. And of those maps, I would say a good 4 to 5 of them are really, really good, so I don't mind seeing them pop up.
The rig? Are you a rig fan?
I do like the rig.
I love the rig, but it's everywhere.
Yeah, the rig I like playing, Plaza I like playing,
And that's like the train station sort of one, right?
Yeah, it's like a subway,
cityscape
cityscape type thing with a bunch of holes in the walls and a sniper on a platform at the top of an elevator. That one I really like a lot. And then I also am partial to Empire, which they just recently added. But you kind of see those same 4 maps pop up more so than other ones. People are complaining that they're not seeing other maps that are included in the playlists. Maps like Fathom, which is the underwater one with the sort of railgun across the top of the bridge.
I don't see that much.
Yeah, people, we played a lot of it during the beta, and it was kind of a really cool new UNSC themed map, and people like playing it, and you just don't see it pop up that much. So I do think that there is a perception that there's not enough map variety, when really if I think you just got all the maps in equal sort of amounts, that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing that kind of comes up is that the maps that are in rotation a lot, like there are 4 or so that come up all the time. We talked about the rig and Plaza. There's a sort of this conception that even within those maps, they all feel the same. I disagree with that, and I'm just curious if you do as well, because you've been playing a lot more than I have.
I think in terms of thematics, then yeah, they kind of do feel the same. Like most of the maps are, this could be UNSC base number 1, UNSC base number 2,
Graphically,
right?
yes.
Yeah, like we haven't seen something like in Halo 4, a big map that everyone loved was Haven, right? Which was kind of a more Forerunner architecture type thing, and it has a very different feel because you have long, straight sight lines and kind of round or balanced gameplay, as far as spawns and where the power weapons are. It's not quite so asymmetrical. If we could get a little bit more variety in that regard, I think you'd see a lot. I think a little would go a long way.
Got it.
So far, there's too many we're on a human planet and these are human structures.
Yeah. Human building number 1, you can almost see the name of the asset.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think when you pay a lot of attention to the detail in that sort of theme, like you do on Plaza, there's all sorts of signs and kind of ambiance and cars, and it feels very much like this is a city on Earth. Then that's super cool. But there are other maps like Empire that feel like human maps, but you don't get a sense of it being like a time and a place, like it's on Earth or anything.
Right, and 343 has shown that they can make cool environments. Like the single player is loaded with really cool areas and things to borrow from.
Definitely, yeah.
But they've also said that they're going to be releasing all the multiplayer maps for free. They don't want to segment the community. In the first batch, Battle of Shadow and Light, cool name by the way. It's big team battle in 4 modes, or 4 maps for that,
right,
and a bunch of rec stuff as well. But do you think this is something that, whether real or perception, will kind of fade away as these map packs keep coming?
I certainly hope so, right? Time will tell whether or not how those maps are implemented, whether or not players feel like the variety is affected directly by that addition. But it shows a good, it's a good measure for me because it shows that 343 is committing to post-launch content, and with more and more maps coming out in the next year, hopefully we'll see the map variety grow and grow and grow, and hopefully new meta and new sort of gameplay styles will approach as a result of that. And that's all I want to see in Halo. That's what esports is to me, and that's what competitive shooters are to me. I want to get better and better and better as time goes on and see more and more competition.
Yeah, I'm excited too, because if there were 3 map packs and this person only had map pack 1 and 3, well, they're in a different queue than all these other people, and you just don't want to segment people like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think 343 knows just as well as anyone else that doing something like that would split the competitive community, and that's just worse for players. So I think they're going to steer clear of that, but we'll see.
All right. Let us know what you think of Halo 5 so far. The Battle of Shadow and Light map pack is going to be coming out next week. Big team battle, 4 new maps, so check them out and let us know what you think. And for more on Halo 5, you're already in the right place here at IGN.